And I have another question about the properties out there. When I do that quick math about NOI divided by cap rate, market cap rate,
Uh-huh.
it goes always 23% above price. And I mean, we have worked the last 3 months in a lot of properties, and all of them present that kind of scenario. The broker is basically using the pro forma to selling. How can we get something that will bring us value? I mean, it's just been a lot of wasting
Yeah.
on
Yeah, that's a
numbers
good.
and all of that.
Yeah, that's a great question. And the reality is they have a fiduciary responsibility to the person that they're representative, which is the seller, to get the best price possible. But they're also throwing the hook out into what they hope is a very large pond, because at the end of the day, in case you don't know this, every single broker that's worth his weight in salt that's been doing this for a few days, he has his favorite five already. That deal has already gone not only to his favorite five because he wants to double side the deal, but his office of, let's just pick a number, 8 different brokers all have their favorite five. And if they've all passed on the deal, it's likely that the deal is too skinny for them to be interested, because they're sophisticated investors that want the best deal possible. So he's looking for a retail buyer. The challenge, not the challenge, but the mission becomes educating that broker that I'm not a retail buyer, and that's just by having conversations. And those conversations are going to go something to the effect of, hey, Gustavo, I saw your deal at 123 Main Street. Some of the things that you're using in your pro forma really don't pencil for me. Can we possibly hop on a Zoom call, kind of go over it and see what I would think the value is? Or do you want me just to submit the offer at 25% less than what you're asking? Because my formulas, that's what the real price comes up on this. And he's probably going to say submit it, because he doesn't want to take the time, because he knows it's 20 to 30% above what it should be. So there's a kind of a line there that if you really care about the relationship and creating, nurturing that broker relationship, I wouldn't just submit an LOI with that much of a haircut on it. I would have conversation with that broker and see if there's something salvageable there or not. But what he may do, if he's organized, is switch you from that retail buyer into that sophisticated buyer pool, and know that you're going to have those conversations regularly when he puts things out there at too high of a price. Or he just may not send things to you, and in the future you may not be a player of his. I hope that's helpful. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Definitely
but
was.
and you're verbalizing the pain that a lot of people on this call, a lot of people in our communities are also experiencing, which is unrealistic seller expectations, right? That's just the reality of it. They're just looking for. Now, there are things that do have properties become more valuable. And I'll just use an extreme example. If I can assume somebody's debt and it's 3.5% financing and there's 7 years left of runway on it, and let's say it's maybe it's interest only for the whole term. Now, that's some real attractive financing that I would love. That really does allow them to demand a higher price. So there are some things that maybe, and then maybe this seller represents a portfolio that he's maybe piecing away. Like he's got this 127 unit for sale, and maybe he's got another one that's 130, another one 140. That might be a relationship with the seller that you'd want to create. So you might be willing to pay a little bit more, as long as it still pencils and has a value play that you can turn it around a little bit. So every deal is a little bit different. When you get to that point, Gustavo, I know that you are an ATL member, and I'll throw this out there for all of our members. If you got some underwriting that you put together, you want it reviewed, send it to me. I'll be more than happy to spend some time with it and highlight the things that I see and the questions that I would ask. Okay, so I'll throw that out there to you.